Hey, everybody. Welcome to Talk About It Tuesday. I am your host for today. Um, I do not have my co host today, actually, the one that runs the Talk About It Tuesday, the beautiful Miss Karma from Lewis Acre Farm. And I'm just going to give you a little update. Miss Karma had a family emergency and could not make it. She sends her love to each and every single one of you. But more importantly, I am going to ask for prayers for Karma and for Logan today. They are dealing with some difficult things. And right now, more than anything, they need a lot of love and a lot of prayers. And I'm sure Karma will share when she's ready, but for right now, we're just going to let her do what she needs to do today. And please keep Logan in prayers too, as well, as they're going through some difficult times. So, with that said, hello to everybody. Thank you so much for each and every one of y'all being here. And I have gone back into both channels, and I can see that Mr. Joey from Joe Fix It For You was the first one to pop in. So, hey, Joey, I'm so sorry with Restream. I cannot pull up your comment, but you were first over at the Grace and Fire channel. And then the next one in for Miss Karma Lewis Acre Farm was the beautiful Rebecca Touched by Yarn. Hey, girl, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for modding for Lewis Acre Farm with Karma for her channel. And if I could just also make a special request, please share out this live stream to all of your socials, especially from Miss Lewis Acre Farm with Karma. I know that she would absolutely appreciate it and feel the love. So thank you so much for doing that. The next in, we had Musgrave Family Farm. Hello. I'm so glad you're here and you're waving to everybody. I'm not sure if you're on your phone or your computer, but hello to everybody in the chat. And then here we go. She said hello to everybody over at Karma's page. So she's saying hi to everybody. And then next in was our favorite truck driver and quilter, Mr. Randy Smith. Hey, Randy, I saw that you did a mail call and I need to go back and catch up with that. I have been super busy, but I did see that you dropped a video, so I'm going to go over and check it out later. And then next in, we had the beautiful Izzy's Crochet Corner. She said, hello, y'all got a little infection. Oh no, so you won't be chatting. Well, girl, we've been praying for you, so I hope things are getting better, and I hope you're feeling better. So keep you in prayers too, sweetheart. Next in, we had Joey. He came back. He was actually first over on Grace and Fire. I can confirm that. I pulled it up, but he came back around and he's saying hi to everybody. So thank you so much for coming back and saying hi. And then let me just kind of go on down. There he is again. He said, hey, Glenda. Then next in, we had the beautiful Miss Linda Peterson. She said, Glenda, hi there. Well, hey, girl, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And then next in, let's see here, was Have Cheetah Will View. You're new to me, so hello, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping in. And then next in, we had Miss Karma's son, Ronson. Hey, Ronson, thank you so much for being here and hanging out on your mom's channel and helping to moderate too. I appreciate you. Yeah, I so appreciate our moderators. Like, even the ones on the Grace and Fire channel, y'all are the best. I'm just saying. Let's see here. Then next in, let's see here. Rebecca left a comment, making sure I'm not missing anybody. I feel like I'm missing somebody. If I am, I'm so sorry. Rebecca said, I have shared both yours and Karma's. Oh, you are absolutely the best. Thank you so much, Rebecca. I appreciate you. And then next in, we had our treasured home. Hey, I'm so glad you're here, Miss Nancy. Thank you so much. And then, yes, please, 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 please hit that like button and share this live out. It helps with the algorithm. You can hit the like button once, you can hit it 3 times, you can hit it, 7 times, 9 times, 13 times, always in odds, never in evens. It just helps. So thank you so much. And then next in, we had Happy Taco Tuesday from Berry Berry. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. So let me just take a quick look. I just feel like I have, but maybe I didn't. If I missed you, please let me know in let me know. And then does Slipper have a cat sitter? Are you meaning Miss Karma? I think Miss Karma's got that all taken care of. So thank you so much for asking. Well, it has been an eventful few days with the Grace and Fire home. Sir Grace was admitted to the hospital. In fact, last week during this time frame, I didn't even get a chance to tell Karma because I slid right in right before the show started. So I didn't get a chance to tell her till afterwards, but Sir Grace was admitted to the hospital. He was in there for a week, and thankfully he has now made a full recovery. He also had surgery like the day before he was admitted to the hospital. It's been just a hot mess around here, but he is so much better. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you to each and every single one of you guys that had prayed for him and keeping both of us in prayers. Prayer works. It absolutely works. And I am seeing Sir Grace right now just getting back to living life. And so we are working right now still on that chicken run. For those who don't know, that maybe over at Lewis Acre Farm, because we are co-streaming, I have 10 laying hens, and I've had them since 2020. I legally own chickens in a city where it's illegal. Now, how? It's because my chickens live on a farm that's 15 feet off my house, on a friend's farm, and there's nothing that the city can do. However, I did find out that I could make a special request to the city. It's a little bit of a process. I could have chickens, but it's not in our ordinances. It would just be like a hardship type request for them. At this point in the game, we are not going to move the flock. We're going to just leave them right where they're at because I have 10 and it looks like the city would only let me have 4. So I'm not going to get rid of the other 6 or play eeny, meeny, miny, mo with which hen I'm going to get rid of. And my neighbors are just fine with the girls staying right there on their property and just, living their best life and laying the best eggs. But we have if you are a new chicken keeper, please heed my warning. In 2020, when we built the little run, as I'm saying, it was little, I did not find plans to go up higher, and Sir Grace and I built it, and let's just say I had 2 concussions that I had to go see a doctor for. So we made it a priority. We actually were going to do it last year. Things got in the way. And then after the second concussion, it was like, no, we have to address this. I now have a neurologist going, when are you going to build that chicken run just a little bit taller? So the chicken run actually has been built. It is so tall. I have a kiddo that is well over 6 foot, and he can clear it. So it is now tall enough that even my kiddo can clear that chicken run. But with everything that happened with Sir Grace, we didn't get to tear down the little run. So the big run was built over it, and the little run just stayed there. So my son came over today, and as he helped us tremendously. So the little chicken run has officially been knocked down, and we're ready now to till up the ground, make the ground all nice and fluffy, because it has compacted through the years, and get started on building some of those perches that we're going to be making, because chickens like to roost and they like to go up. That adds for square footage. So we have a lot of 2x4s left over and 4x4s. So the plan is to build some swings or roost or whatever inside the chicken run. We also have a tree that we're slowly taking down, and we have some really good size branches that we're going to do something with making perches. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's kind of what the big news for us is. Yay, the chicken run is fully built and the little run has finally come down. My girls got to free range all day today, so outside, because we were trying to keep them safe, so they wouldn't get caught up in that mess. So they have just been living their little best lives today. But anyhow, so that is the news for the Grace and Fire channel. Let's see here. Did I miss somebody? Musgrave Family Farm. I think I said hello. I just want to make sure I said hi. Yeah, so that's kind of what we have been up to. And you can see I've got, like, my hair is kind of like windblown. If you look carefully, it's all nice and windblown. And so, yeah, we've been out there working on that. I'll be so glad when we actually finish it. I have plans to go back and put a wood stain on it, but because we used pressure treated lumber, now we got to let it go through, the drying process. So it's going to take some time for it to dry out before we put that stain on it. But yeah, for now it's safe. My girls are not complaining. In fact, I think they really like it. We had some thunderstorms come through just recently with some hail, and the girls stayed out underneath that covered run. And of course, part of it has chicken wire at the top. Like, they're not completely like protected, but they do have some that's out. But the majority of their chicken run has a roof on it now. And so they just stayed outside during the hailstorm, and it was refreshing to sit there going, okay, I don't have to go round up the girls and worry about them getting their heads pelted. I know that's kind of a funny thing to think about, but I always kept having to go out just before the storms come and trying to lock them into the covered run, so that way, the little run, so that way they wouldn't be out in that hail. So it was refreshing to see the girls out just being chickens, living their best life, digging, finding worms during that storm. And I didn't have to go rush. I'm just saying. So take a lesson from me. Build your chicken runs as tall as you possibly can. Concussions are nothing to play with. I don't know if anybody else has chickens and has experienced that. But yeah, so do that. Yeah. But let's see here. So we've done that. And then some of y'all have known that that I have been working on becoming healthier. It has been a long process. It's actually been about a 2-year process. But Miss Lisa from Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa has been an inspiration for me. Miss Lisa and I have had some private conversations and about it, and she was taking a medication, and I had been trying to lose weight on my own and exercising and doing all the things, but nothing was coming off. And with the health things getting piled on, I'm like, I got to stop something. So I'm doing it for health reasons, not for looks. So today I went in and I did my 9-month follow-up. I've got one more in July. Like, it'll be a year. I'll be excited to find out what the year will be. But officially, since working with my medical team and working out at the gym, doing some weight training, you won't see me with big muscles. In fact, I mean, I sag more down here. It's like high, but it's more about being lean and having lean mass than anything. I have officially dropped 47 pounds since since I started the medication that my doctor put me on. But I've lost 52 in total. So that was kind of before this medication. So I am feeling better. My provider asked me again, what is my end weight goal? And I said, I don't have an end weight goal. I just want to be lean. I want to be strong. I have a grandmother who had a hip fracture, and I said, she always said she wanted to be skinny, and I wonder if she'd concentrate more on lean mass, which wasn't the thing to think about, but back then. But if she had concentrated maybe on strength training, lean muscle mass, becoming stronger, if maybe that would have helped with that, maybe a little bit. And I said that's my goal, is to pay attention to strength and stuff like that. So I do not have a goal, but my trainer asked me what my goal was too, and I said I have no idea. So he set a goal. It's to get another 10 pounds off, and I went, okay, whatever. And he said, then we'll reevaluate your lean muscle mass. My provider said, let's get you into the healthy range, and I went, okay, fine, we'll get into the healthy range. But for me, it's just been a long journey, and having Miss Lisa as a support in this journey has been really a blessing. I've had a lot of pushback with going on a medication for help. I'm not recommending anybody to do it. If you're interested, you go talk to your doctor, but I did with mine. But I had a lot of pushback and a lot of people not being the kindest, I guess, but I had to kind of tune that out, going, okay, listen, I have a medical team behind me, and I have a trainer behind me, and I have Sir Grace backing me up, and my kiddos backing me up. So what's better than that, right? When you have good family support and a good network, and Miss Lisa as a inspiration too, and just really giving solid advice through it. So, oh my goodness. I just saw Miss Karma. Oh, girl, love you. Yes, please keep Miss Karma in prayers today. Girl, we love you, and I'm missing you right now as my co-host. I'm like going, I need my partner in crime, but it's okay. We got this. We got this handled, and you do what you need to do. Know that you're loved and you're missed today, and we're all praying for you. And I'm looking forward to next week when you come back and we get to see that beautiful smile and that big, beautiful, kind heart of yours. So thank you for popping in, and you are so welcome. But do what you need to do. You know what I mean? And that's most important, girl. And then Ronson said, sounds like you've been keeping busy. Yeah, very much so, keeping busy. It's been a lot. Glenda, do what I have done is lost 20 pounds, 1 inch in 5 months, and that's what I have done now. Hey, Miss Linda, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. 20 pounds and 1 inch in 5 months. That's what you have done now, girl. That's something to be proud of and celebrate. Congratulations. It's a process, right, Miss Linda? Let's see here. Oh. Hi, Bronson. Let's see here. Miss Linda said, oh, she's saying hi to Miss Karma, and then love you, Karma. Yes, we love Karma. And I'm telling you, I am missing her right now. But, I had a conversation with her, and I said, sometimes you have to put things first. And in a family emergency, right now, the family is the most important thing. And just know that you've got a community of us, Karma, that are backing you up all the way, and certainly praying for you during these times right now. And yeah, most important. And I thank you to Ronson for being here and helping to moderate for your mom's channel, and also to the beautiful Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. So thank you to both of you guys for moderating. So do what you got to do, Miss Karma. We got you, girl. We got you. And give my love to Logan too. For sure, for sure. But yeah, so that, let's see here. So that was my update with my provider. So I was really really excited. I am ready to get out into the garden. It has stopped raining. Whoop 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 whoop. Let's all do the whoop 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 whoop. It's gardening season. Okay, well at least in my area, it officially kicked off. I live in Zone 7A. I disagree with Zone 7A. I garden like a Zone 6B. And for us, we start our summer crops on Kentucky Derby weekend. And unfortunately, it had rained the entire day. I couldn't even get out in my garden. And it rained all day on Sunday. And then it rained yesterday. And so today it stopped raining, and it was kind of one of those, do I want to get the garden going, or do I want to help get this chicken run down, the little one? So I chose the chicken run, but I have tomato seed or seedlings, and they are now they're like that big. They're getting really close. And but it's time to go ahead and put my squash in the ground, squash seeds, and it's time to start the Kajari melons. I can't wait. If you've never heard of a Kajari melon, I highly encourage you to look it up. I got the seeds from Baker Creek or rareseeds.com. They are they kind of like a cantaloupe type texture, but they're green like a honeydew, but they don't have the honeydew flavor. They're more like a cantaloupe, which I love cantaloupes. But this is like the personal size. It's like this big, which is perfect for one person. And I hate putting cantaloupe in the refrigerator after you cut it up. Just, it kind of takes on a weird taste. So I prefer it like cut it fresh, eat it fresh, put a little bit of salt on. So the Kajari melon is actually my favorite because it's a personal size and I love it. But think like a cantaloupe. So if you like cantaloupes and you don't like putting your cantaloupe in the fridge, look up a Kajari melon because those are individual. And my mouth is watering sitting here thinking about it. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for them to come in. So I'll be starting those seeds pretty soon. The other thing I like to grow is Chinese long noodle beans, and they're like this big. I mean, they're not very big. So those will be direct seeded. They taste exactly like a green bean. However, there are no strings in it, and you have to pick them early. If you let them go too long, you don't want to eat it. They're kind of chewy, but you could save the seeds and use those, like if they're dried out, you could use them like a pinto bean, like in a soup or something. You absolutely can use it for that, or just hold on to your seeds for next year. So I will be getting some of those. We prefer those over green beans, which they're really good if you saute them in a little bit of olive oil, some garlic, salt, and pepper. And just like they kind of take like on a nutty flavor. And then when you're done, just drizzle a little bit of balsamic vinegar on top. And it is so good that way. So I will be getting those going. And of course, I have the Survival Seeds collab that I'm a part of. All those seeds are going to be direct sown. Life got in the way. I couldn't get them up and get them going. But you know what? It's still early enough. I can get all the seeds out. And yeah, we'll get the garden going with that. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, so I'm excited. Let's see here. What did Miss Karma say? She said, Logan wanted me to let you know that the new baby kangaroo is starting to emerge from the pouch. Oh my goodness, Karma. That is so cool. I don't know if Logan can hear me, but that is so cool. So I'm wondering how old the baby kangaroo is now. That is so neat. And I think you call it a joey. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have to let me know, but I think they call it a joey. And Linda said, I have slender fingers, Glenda. This is what I found out with losing weight. I know. Look, mine are getting that way too. I'm not able, well, my wedding set is starting to fall off of me. So that's a problem I'm having. And that's why it's not on. Because if I get cold, which I get cold real easily now, my rings don't stay on my fingers, so I don't wear my wedding set. And yes, I'm happily married to Sir Grace, no questions asked. I just got to get that taken care of, but I don't know at what point I want to go in and have them adjusted, just because I'm still on this journey. And um, yeah, I don't want to keep having them adjusted, if you know what I mean. So I wear them when I can, and then I'm just like holding on super tight because they keep falling off. Maybe I need to go get, I know, like a lot of the young kids, they will go and purchase like a silicone ring just for temporary reasons. And maybe that's what I need to do, is go buy a silicone ring just because. But it is, yeah, I'm having problems now. That's another thing. And being cold is another. I wore a big old heavy sweater into my doctor's office today, and she looked at me kind of funny. And when I got up on the scale, I took it off and I'm like, I'm cold. So as soon as that was done, I put it back on. And I'm like, man, that's a side effect I never really think about as being cold. But I am. I'm so cold. But that's okay. That's the way it goes, you know. Let's see here. We are almost to Mountain Home, so about another hour or so to drive. Oh, say hello to the people in Mountain Home for me. I used to live in Mountain Home. Sir Grace and I were stationed at Mountain Home Air Force Base, and there are no mountains in Mountain Home, the city. It is a lie. When we first moved to Mountain Home, I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be beautiful. It's picturesque. There's mountains in Mountain Home. And Karma's going to tell you there ain't no mountains in Mountain Home. It is flat. The story that I was told, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Miss Karma, the story I was told was that Mountain Home originally started in the mountains, but because of the railroad industry, they kept moving the city away from the mountains to be closer to the railroads back in the day. And so Mountain Home, it is flat land. I remember when my kiddos were real little that we had about a 25-minute drive or 30-minute drive, somewhere right in there. And we used to go to the mountains, the ones that are closest to Mountain Home, but they're not in Mountain Home. Probably the original. There's a park there, and I cannot remember it. It's been so many years ago, but there's a park that we used to take our kiddos to, and we would go sledding in the wintertime, and it was absolutely breathtaking. We had so much snow that I was always worried that my littles would fall like way down, and then we'd have to like find them. So Sir Grace held on to one kiddo and I'd hold on to the other and just kind of hold the baby up, you know, kind of keep them safe, because that was a lot of snow on those mountains. But yeah, that's the story behind Mountain Home. And I haven't been back. It's been years. Let's put it that way. Years. Let's see here. Who came in? Miss Carlene. She said, howdy, folks. Hey, girl, I'm so glad you're here. And I'm glad that you got your prize. She was one of two winners last week. And she won the gardening kit, and she won a shopping bag and a cell phone holder. So I'm glad you got everything, and hope you enjoy it all. And thank you so much for always being here. For those who don't know, we do a random giveaway once a month. And you never know when it's going to be. So you have to hang out with us, because we do not tell you when and what time or anything of our giveaway. We want people to come on in, but just make sure y'all are doing me a solid and sharing out Karma's channel with this live stream, and let's help Miss Karma out and support her and show her how much we love and appreciate her. Because we absolutely do. Oh, and then let's see here. Rebecca got her book yesterday. Yep. And she won a book from Karma. She was our other winner. I'm so glad that you got it. That's amazing. Hopefully, Karma is seeing that post. So I know she's on the road and you know how it goes. So I hope she catches that. Actually, yep, Ginger won it and gifted it to me. Ginger, I love it. I know. They Joey gifted me. I'm sitting right here. I've got to take it downstairs. I just got focused on what I needed to do with Sir Grace and then the chicken run. But I was gifted. Well, it Joey and Ginger. Joey won the hydroponics, which is that box on the bottom, and then he turned around and he gifted it to me and I got it. And it just blessed me so much that, you know, that Joey and Ginger are such sweet people and a blessing to other people. Um, and what he didn't know until later was that my other one kicked the bucket. I did have a hydroponics and it kicked the bucket. And then, you know, I just thought, well, I'll get another one in the fall and start it up again. No big deal. No big deal. You know, it is what it is. Um, and yet I got this wonderful hydroponic set gifted to me from Joey because he passed his prize on to me. And oh, to Joey, we love you too. I mean, you talking about salt of the earth couple. They really are. I got to meet them in Kentucky last year at the meetup, and I mean, salt of the earth kind. I hated when we had to say goodbye and get on the road. And I'm like, can Joey and Ginger just, you know, follow me too? Because I had Lisa and Jesse with me. And I'm like, can y'all just like, we could just go take it back to my house and have the party at my house. You know, I mean, I have plenty of places we can put everybody up. Can you just like follow along? But I hated having to say goodbye. I mean that too. But salt of the earth, wonderful people. I mean, best of the best. Let's see here. Joey and Ginger are so loving and giving. See, I'm not the only one that feels this way. I mean it. And then Glenda, don't tell people we have a reputation of hold. Well, I also remember your reputation of being Joey the Bitter, you know, like Bob the Bitter. We had Joey the Bitter. And for those who don't know, we had an auction. Well, not really an auction, just like, well, silent auction, I guess, to fundraise for a little girl who was battling cancer, which she is healed of cancer. Prayers were answered. But we raised some money to help them during their time of need. They had to leave their family and go into Toronto for her to have treatment. So it separated the family. So we did this little fundraiser type thing for them. And Joey kept bidding against himself. So Joey, you do have a reputation. I'm just saying. Not too long ago, I pulled a Joey. And I mean it. I haven't even told you, Joey. So here you go. We are Scott with Rambling with the Brooms has a little auction site where he sells different things. And in fact, I bid on some money from Canada with the Queen on it for Sir Grace. And it's still sitting here. I'm going to take that down and show that to Sir Grace because that's actually his. But I started bidding against myself. When I realized what I had done, I'm like, oh my gosh, I pulled a Joey. And I called Scott and I told him, I said, your little sister bid against herself. I pulled a Joey, but that's okay. It's okay. It was going for a good reason with that auction. So yeah, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Lots of hugs to you too. What did Karma say? It's so hard to leave all my babies. I know, for a few hours of errands and such. I've left them in capable hands, but still, they are my babies. It'll be good for socializing them, though. It will. Think positive, girl. I mean, think positive. that I know you've got them in the right hands for sure, for sure. And I know you can't wait to get back and snuggle with them too, and see all those precious little babies. They're so cute, and they're growing so fast. So, oh, it just seems like yesterday they were born. We are truly blessed to know you and Sir Grace. We love you guys. The feeling is mutual, and we count our blessings, and you guys are part of that too. I mean, we love you guys so much. And then I have to tell you, I got my Joe Long Musk coins from Jesse and Lisa. I like those. Those are really cool. I don't have them up here. They're downstairs in a safe spot where I keep all my little coins at. So I love that. That is so cool. That's the problem with not being able to hear. Well, maybe I won't say hearing, because I was bidding on my phone, and maybe I didn't have it in my bifocal. So I will say, when you can't see up close too, and you realize, oh, you just got to keep tapping that thing, and you're like, did I get it? I don't know. I'm gonna say it's the eyes for me. Hearing for you, eyes. We are a hot mess, Joey. Joey, we are a hot mess. Express. I'm just saying. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. And then you guys really, I do rounding up chickens. Hands way out, flap like this. And that's how I move my girls. I also have them treat trained. I know this sounds really odd, although I have one girl I struggle with. She's a little skittish, but she always has been that way. If I go chick, 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 what chick, chick treats, they'll come running, like the whole flock, except for one who's kind of skittish. They will all come running, and they know that mama is about to give them treats, and they get mealworms, and they get like scratch. It's all mixed up together, and bugs, like the dried bugs. So they know. And I started them as baby chicks with my voice and passing it out on my hand, and then all my little chicks would come around and eat off my hand. So that's how I treat trained mine. They started very little. But I do have one. Her name is Chloe. She is the lowest on the pecking order, and I think that's why she's maybe a little bit skittish, because some of the older girls are a little bit mean to her. So then that's where the wide arms go, and then it's like a big flap, and then you can see, like, that's my muscle down there. So anyhow, I keep it real around here. But I would love to come down to Georgia and teach her how to do it. I don't know. I just go grab them. I'm like, there you are. We're going to pick you up. Are you kidding me? You don't even have he's using your face. You are so famous. You are Elon Musk. You are like sitting there like all, like you own the place at your desk, and you don't even have Guess who came in? Yeah. Get on your shipping department there, Jesse. Mr. Elon Musk doesn't even have a coin. See, we need to like pass on a coin. Hot mess. We are a hot mess express when it comes to bidding. I'm right in there with you. No judging, because that is me too. Oh, you have a Doe shirt and you love it. I don't even have a Doe shirt. I have a problem now. So I need to go down in sizes. I tried on my Christine shirt. I tried on my Lazy Days Ahead sweatshirt and my shirts. I've actually bought some too. And then I have the one with, I just drew a blank. Your beautiful daughter-in-love, Joey. I bought that as well. And all of them, they're all falling off. They're too big. It just flows. So I've got to go back and start making my list and ordering shirts, because I can't fit into them now. They're too big. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, back to Jesse. Wait, is this a Saturday live repeat? Are you gonna give it away? Give it away, give it away now. And then I'm gonna go, whatever. I don't know. Um, tell him. Tell him, Glenda. I'm telling you, send him a coin. Send him a coin. Maybe Jesse will auction off some one day and I'll get one. You better be careful. You and I both. We got to be careful with those auctions. Gotta run now. See you later. Some other time, Glenda and people. You can train chickens with voice command like a puppy dog, shy and quiet. Jesse is in the house. Yep, you can train them. It takes time, and my recommendation is to start them as chicks and lots of treats. I did it like my dogs. So that's how I get my girls back, other than Chloe. And I'll keep working with her. It's okay. Sorry, Glenda, we don't make them in youth size. I'm not quite as small as Miss Lisa yet. So, yeah, it's coming. Thank you, Joey. I know Nisi's name. I just had a poof moment. My brain just kind of kaplunk. I have to tell you, I have worn that shirt more at the gym. And I have so many people who come up and compliment it. Both veterans and people who are firefighters, EMS, and the police. And I have had so many compliments on that shirt. I do need to get a smaller size because if I don't show up with it, I'm sure people are going to wonder, other than the fact that they know that I've done this huge weight loss. But that was actually my favorite gym shirt. And I'm not even kidding. I wore it all the time. So yeah, that is on my bucket list of replacing pretty quickly is a Nisi shirt. And I know her name too. I'm like, and then I get to share her story, with where she's at and all that, and how that this money is to support her and Megan. And yeah, so my Nisi shirt. I need a new Nisi shirt. I love rocking it. Let's see her. You can send all your big shirts to me. That's probably, well, I mean, they're well loved. Maybe I should. They're well loved. My Rambling with the Broom shirt is also too big. But he hasn't done one in a while. So, I mean, we got to get up and get him going big time. Because he needs to update that. Just saying. Hey, y'all, sorry. I'm like, no, you're right on time. You're right on time, Cynthia. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Mickey did an amazing job with that logo, too. He did. He absolutely did. It is beautiful. And I got it in green. I did the military army green color since she's in the army. I thought that would be the perfect color. And I'm telling you, I have a lot of people who stop me with that shirt. And that is the one shirt. Well, I have two shirts that people stop me over. The other one is not for a channel. I actually wore it on Saturday. I don't know if anybody saw it, but it said Face the Fight. It is an awareness for military and veteran suicide. And it's part of USAA's initiative to face this epidemic with suicide. One suicide is too many. 22 a day is ridiculous. And I get a lot of people who will stop because on the back, it tells you more about the suicide rates. And so I wear that to the gym a lot. And actually, I got that shirt when I went to Washington, D.C. with the foundation that I went to the gala for. Afterwards, we all went to headquarters. And at that time, I was wearing an extra large. And they didn't have an extra large shirt. So I said, well, I'll take a large and I know I'll get into it. Well, now that shirt's too big. So just to give you an idea, I'm starting in on the mediums. But I put that on Saturday. And yeah, that's my thing. And I have a heart for veterans and veterans suicide. We need to find ways to be there for our veterans and help end this. But I also have a heart for the military, and this is Military Appreciation Month. And on Friday is Military Spouse Appreciation Day. So if you are a military spouse, current or former, thank you for your service and sacrifice and for supporting your loved one who was in the military. Um, the the heart of our military is the spouses, is the family. And so I just want you to know, thank you so much for all that you do. So just want to make sure I say that. But yep, that is on Friday. It's always the Friday before Mother's Day, is how I remember that. And then last month, all of April was Military Brat Month, or it's Month of the Military Child. And yeah, so I was a military brat, and my mom likes to talk about it. I was an Army brat, and then I became an Air Force wife, and I have 3 Air Force brats. And the word brat is not in a sense of meanness or anything. It's a thing of endearment. So, yeah. So last month was Month of the Military Child. And of course, we have Memorial Day in the month of May as well. And I know I'm missing a couple other things. We just had Vietnam Day. So I remember that. And then the other day was something else. And I'm drawing a blank right now. I hate when I do that, but it is what it is. But let's see here. I have a Mr. Jim shirt. I don't have a Mr. Jim shirt. I need to get one, you know? I need to see about getting one. And then extra large is your size. Okay, Carlene, let me look, and if I have it, I'll send them to you. I think they're extra large. Either that or they're 2XL. I'll have to go back and look. Are you going to Kentucky this year? I need to know when it is. I would love to go. So if anybody has a date, because I keep looking and I haven't seen anything, the answer would be yes, but I don't know when it is. So if they've announced it, would you let me know? Now, what I am also going to say is that if it is one of the things that will hold me back from going would be the cruise, obviously. And then also my nephew raised his right hand and swore into the Army Reserves. And this auntie is going to be driving to go see that boy's graduation from the Army. I am super proud. We're taking my mom with us. And of course, Sir Grace, he's like, oh, I'm going. You can't hold me back. We are on our way to go see our nephew. Of course, my sister will be there as well. And his dad will be there. But we are all going to be going to support him as he begins this journey with the Army. And I just couldn't be more proud of him as an auntie. And he is currently, he's in the 11th grade. So he's doing his basic before his senior year. So he'll get that out of the way. And then once he graduates from high school, then begins the Army ride for him. And yeah, I'm so proud of him. And I told him I would love to take him to lunch anytime on post. So let this auntie know, and I will take him there and pick him up, and we're going to back him all the way. He has a heart for this country, and yeah, I'm so proud of him for joining the military. So that would be my 2 things that would hold me back from the Kentucky meetup, but I would love to go. I had a blast. I mean, my mom and aunt did too. They had a trip that they had to get. They couldn't stay all day, so they came in for what they could, and then they turned around and got on the road and left. But they were beaming for months afterwards, talking about how much fun that they had, how that they would love to do that again. So I'm sure that my mom would be like, let's go. Let's go. And same with my Aunt Lynn. Hubby is retired military. Support is very important. It really, really is. And when you move into a community that it was very hard for us, I will say, because our community, we couldn't find anybody. It was not a huge military community. It's a small city. I mean, it is a city, but it's more like a town. And support is vital. But we did find support shortly after we got settled. And then Sir Grace reconnected with the Air Force Wounded Warrior program. Long story with that one, but that did a lot of healing for him. and a lot of accepted because he was medically retired out. He didn't get to the full 20 years. And that in itself is pretty hard. It's hard to retire, but it's even hard to be forced to medically retire out. And yeah, support was huge. But we're very thankful to the Air Force Wounded Warrior. It's not the same as Wounded Warrior Project. Air Force Wounded Warrior is a division of the Department of Defense. It's federal government. Of course, we have nothing but kind things to say about Wounded Warrior Project as well. They've been super good to us. I've got a lot of really good things to say about them. And the other one that I think is really good is the Independence Fund. You have to be 100% service connected for that. But the Independence Fund is another great organization for support. And then Canines for Warriors, which is where Sir Grace's puppy comes from. I owe them a debt of gratitude. When Sir Grace got his service dog, I reached out to, they called her mom. Her name was Sherry Duvall. She was the founder of Canines for Warriors. And I had some concerns sending Sir Grace on a plane to Florida. I'm not going to lie, to go do training for 3 weeks. Sherry was instrumental in checking in on Sir Grace, welcoming him to the program, making sure that all of his needs were met. And I can't say enough good things. We did have a moment, not while he was there, but a couple years later, of crisis in our family. And Sherry was one of the first ones to reach out and support us through some really difficult times. I mean, it was a crisis. Sadly, Sherry's no longer here. She passed of cancer, but that organization has grown tremendously. So definitely something to check out. And then finally, for caregivers, I always recommend the Elizabeth Dole Foundation. It has a strong, it's a strong support group for me. So I love the Elizabeth Dole Foundation. I adore Senator Elizabeth Dole. I have actually been to her home and had dinner with her, and when Bob was alive, Bob Dole, and gotten to talk to her. And then just recently I saw her again. Well, I've seen her several times and we talk. But recently we were in DC and at the gala, and she actually fed Sir Grace steak. And let me tell you, he's never, or Sir Grace's puppy, sorry. The puppy has never had steak before. We've never given him human food. And she fed him on a fork. And let me say, that dog loved the senator. Just saying, it was really good. But she has a heart for military and veteran caregivers like none other. When Bob was in the hospital at Walter Reed, she watched caregivers coming in, whether it's a spouse, a mother, a brother, a sister, a father, a friend, a child, taking care of the wounded. She noticed that there was no support for the caregivers. So she commissioned the RAND Corporation in 2014 to do a comprehensive study. Actually, wait, in 2012, the results came out in 2014, back up. And she started the nonprofit with the data to back her up, and has since done several more comprehensive studies through RAND, both on the military children and then also for the 2024 10-year update with off of the original, which the original said that there are 1.1 million military and veteran caregivers. And I think that number is 16.4 million now as of for 10 years later. But some of the initiatives that she has made sure is that the VA talks to the caregiver and really takes their input in as an important part of the veteran's overall care. I can tell you that one I can say that actually worked in my own case when Sir Grace got into the VA system. It actually starting with the Department of Defense, with the Air Force, I was told to shut up, and they didn't want to hear what was going on. They wanted Sir Grace to talk about his problems and what he was feeling. And with a brain injury, he just didn't speak up. So I kept getting told, and then just shut up. And then even in the VA, I don't want to hear from you. Please exit. I had to step out of the room many times when all I was trying to say was, this is what I'm seeing. This is what he's doing with the meds. This is, what's the plan for the long-term goal? Like, where can I come up and support? So yeah, I went from that to Sir Grace, tell us what's going on. He gets, and then he only makes it out like a couple minutes, and then they turn and then they go, okay, now fill in the rest. It's a huge change. And there's more things that need to be done, more things that have been done that I'm not mentioning. I'm just giving you a snippet. But I truly love Senator Dole and the Elizabeth Dole Foundation, the real deal. So anyhow, let's see here. I'm going to go back because I know I missed some things. I think it's the same as the Petals meetup. I know that the Kentucky meetup last year was the same time. So I'm not sure if it's the same time this year. I haven't seen anything about Kentucky meetup this year either. I haven't. I love meeting all of you guys at the Kentucky meetup. Oh, we love meeting you guys. Oh my gosh. And Carlene, every now and then I throw your earrings in. These are a different pair, but I love your earrings. Steve served a total of 31 years. I know. I am just so grateful to his service and sacrifice for this country. Make sure you give Steve a big hug for me. We love our veterans and our service members. I don't know if you could tell I'm beaming from my nephew joining the Army, but yeah, I'm so proud to be his auntie. Now, why didn't he go Space Force? That's my joke with him. Why didn't you go Space Force? We have, other than the Coast Guard, we have every branch of the military represented in our family, except for the Coast Guard and Space Force. I'm like, dude, you're the young guy. You're smart. Why didn't you go with Space Force? And he goes, because the Army was calling me. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll give you a pass on this one. But I like to tease him a little bit just because I'm his auntie and I love him to pieces. Oh, we have it. September 13th. Let me make a note of that one. My aunt is going to be so happy that information is out. Let me write this down. I got my pen. September 13th. And I'm assuming it's at the same place because I can't click the link, Jesse. So you'll have to let me know. And then we need to get with Stringfield Ridge Farm. Okay. And then that's Teresa. And then she just dropped a video. Okay. Awesome. I'll have to go back and check that out. Thank you. I appreciate you for dropping that and looking that up. I mean, the Modfather, let me just say, he's like, let's go. What information do you need? Fact checking, dropping links. I mean, telling Lisa to ship it out because he just gave away something. I mean, it is what it is. Go, Jesse. Yes. And thank you so much, Jesse. And then, okay, so it is the same place. Wonderful. Well, that's not really that far from here. I am only 325 miles. Well, girl, I'd love to meet you in person. If you could come, that would be awesome. It is, I don't know how many miles. I'm sorry. It's about a 3-hour drive for us, which really is not that bad. It was easy to get to. So I'd love, if you can come, that'd be awesome. Teresa says that the picnic is always the second Saturday of September. Okay. I didn't realize that. Perfect. And you don't mind doing it all. Well, I appreciate you there, Mr. Modfather. You are honestly the best out there when it comes to modding for other channels and fact checking and looking up things for us. I appreciate you. I wish I could drop links like easier when I'm on my phone. I'm always going, I don't understand. Jesse's, he can do it. And so, we should call it Jesse. You can do it, like we have Joey can fix it. So now Jesse can do this. But I appreciate you. I genuinely mean that. Let's see here. It's almost a 5-hour drive for me. Okay. That's not too bad. There's some really nice hotels close by. I'm trying to think. It was only like a half hour away. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I think it's 5 hours for us. Oh, that's not bad either. So mine is 3 hours and I can do that. That's nothing. 30. Yes, Miss Carlene has the advantage. I remember last year she goes, I think we're just going to go on home. We're just going to go on home. And I thought, how nice is that? Only 30 minutes away. I think that's fantastic. Um, that is like the only real meetup that I know of in this region. There is another homesteading group in Indiana, but they're not. We'll see. Some of them have YouTube channels, um, but they don't. I was kind of told that they don't do things quite like the way that the homesteader picnic meetup and 10 killer and all those. They don't do it quite like that. But I know that there's one here. I did go to a seed swap with the homesteader group that's in Indiana. That was kind of fun several years ago, and then they quit. So I would love it to be able to go to the one in Kentucky. You're only an hour and a half away by plane. Well, I'll pick you up at the airport if you fly in. I mean, you're really not that far, an hour and a half, and I'll just pick your airport. If you flew into Louisville, you would just have to ride with us and just close your eyes. Just close your eyes because I think we'll get there. Let's see here. Steve's back was killing him. He was. You know what? I understand. That's hard when your back hurts and you're having to sit on chairs that are not exactly comfortable. So I get it, girl. It was just a blessing to be able to meet you. I can only dream of a meetup. Way too many miles for me. I know, girl. Oh, how many hour flight for you? Let's see here. I'm trying to remember which country you're in. I'm going to put at least 7 hours flight one way. 7. I'm going to say that because I know, let's see here, from Baltimore to London is 6 hours. I've done that. And let me tell you, I laugh about this one. So when we flew from Baltimore to London, well, we weren't going into London. We were going into the military base in England. We were the first flight off the ground after 9/11 out of Baltimore. And so because we got caught up with 9/11, we were in New York State, not in New York City. We were in New York State during 9/11. So when we got the call to leave, we drove down to Baltimore and then got on the plane. When we came in for a landing, we were literally doing this. As you descend, you come down, you're just descending, no big deal. The next thing we know, the plane is doing this. We didn't even hit the runway. We literally went straight back up. And I'm telling you, kind of keep in mind, it was after 9/11. Every single one of us started screaming. Every single one. I mean, we didn't know if our pilot had control of the plane. As soon as we got leveled out, the pilot came on the speaker and he said, I am so sorry. He said, I have control of the plane. I know we just came off of 9/11. We're the first flight out. I am in control. And he said, the problem is that the runway is too dense in fog. We can't see the runway. So we're taking the plane and we're going to Gatwick. So we landed the plane in Gatwick. I didn't know that was in London. I thought that sounded German. I mean, I'm thinking, oh, great, we're going to Germany. So anyhow, landed the plane in Gatwick, was not allowed to get off the plane. The British police completely encircled our plane. We were allowed to open the doors, but we were not allowed to get off on the tarmac. We sat on that plane for 7 hours. We were on that plane for 13 total hours. So when people fly and they complain about a little 20 minutes sitting on the runway, waiting to get to their gate, I'm like, listen, I did 13 on a plane that should have only been 6 hours with little kids. So anyhow, yeah, but I know that the flight to London is 6 hours. So I'm wondering how many hours you are. Jesse, are y'all buying the helicopters this year? He's giving them away. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Let's see here. We're about 20 miles or less from the in-laws. Good. I'm glad you guys are traveling just fine. Good, good, good. I'm waiting to buy the Elon Musk Jetson Traveler. Oh, there you go. I know in Houston, it looks like he's going to be setting up down there. And I'm not going to butcher. And I'm not butchering that, Cynthia. Can you spell it out how I'm supposed to say that in the Netherlands? I will butcher it. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I knew she was in the Netherlands. Jesse, I can pick you up and Lisa can bring you to Kentucky, but there won't be any Buc-ee's stops. You'll have to hold it. Now, there is a Buc-ee's in Richmond, Kentucky, and I think that there was another one that they were building somewhere close to that location, but I'm not exactly sure. But I've been to the one in Richmond, Kentucky. Mm-hmm. It's a nice one. Google says a 14 or 15 hours from Dusseldorf, Germany. From Dusseldorf, probably into Kentucky, maybe because you have to make the stop and then and go on. Okay, yeah, that would be makes sense. Now I've done a 13-hour flight from Chicago into Narita, which is in Tokyo. That's a long flight. We won't be back from Oregon by the time of the Kentucky picnic happens. Aww, man. To get to Dusseldorf, it's a 2-hour drive. Oh, okay. I know where Dusseldorf is at. Now I'm probably butchering how you're supposed to say it, but I know that one. I flew home from Germany with all wives and kids as passengers. I was 7 months pregnant. It was a nightmare. Yeah, that would be a nightmare. I flew when I was 9 months pregnant with my youngest kid. And that was so hard when you're far out to here. And yeah, I actually was flying back in. I don't know if she's still here, Karma, but I flew into Boise. That's where our final destination was. We'd been visiting family and had been to a wedding. And my sister was meeting us at O'Hare, which is in Chicago. And so she actually was on the plane because she was coming home with us. We got our planes aligned because we were in New York State, and we aligned it where she got on the same plane in Chicago. She met in O'Hare and then was going to fly in with us. But we were running late into Chicago, and I had to run through the airport with my kiddos and 9 months pregnant. And I don't recommend that. I do not recommend that. I'm not sure that I was supposed to have flown that late in my pregnancy, so I would not recommend that either. But we did what we had to do. And then I also flew from Japan back to the United States with a 21-month-old and a 6-week-old. Yeah, that was fun too. So being a military wife, I mean, it's hard flying with kids. No fun at all. Well, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. Please, 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 please continue to pray for Karma and for Logan as they're dealing with some things that are private. They've had a family emergency. So please keep them in prayer. Real quick. Okay, let's try this, Jesse. I'll pick you up from Oregon, take you to Kentucky, have you back in Oregon before Lisa knows you're gone. That's the next morning by bacon time, right? You got to plan. That's a good plan. Anyhow, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. There will be no thoughts for Thursday. Karma does not have time to get that uploaded. So look for it for next week. I know we all love the thoughts for Thursday. So she will have that back up ready to rock and roll for next week. But in the meantime, continue to please pray for Karma and Logan as they're having some rough times right now, family emergency. And I look forward to having her back next week as my co-host for Talk About It Tuesday. Girl, if you can hear me, I missed you today. But Lots of love to you. And I will be live on Saturday at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come on back, y'all. Have a great day, you guys. Be kind to someone. You just don't know what they're going through, especially Miss Karma and Mr. Logan. We love you so much. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.